So, next up, Andy Coots. Is Robin two-handed with this, or is he just to be blamed? I've been told they have no particular affiliation in any of this.
Just take a while, actually.
Yeah.
You're on.
Right, so I was dreading going after Alex, you know, because she did such a good pitch. And then Thierry does one like that, so quite honestly, this one's going to be crap. All right?
You see for himself here.
So, the Ministry of Silly Walks, anybody knows what this is about, but it's basically about this guy, John Cleese, and he runs the Ministry of Silly Walks. And the Ministry of Silly Walks actually dishes out more money than the Department of Defence and Environment and so on. And he actually ends up dishing out a grant to this guy to go and work with the French on developing his silly walk. If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. Go and look at it. It's a brilliant bit of visual comedy, but there's an embedded message. You know, we don't always get the way that we construct our government organisations right, and there's a serious point that we want to make based upon that. So, next slide should come up. Okay, what's our most important asset? When I was at school, I was talking about people, places and things. Land is pretty important. It's an asset. Along with money and people, it's probably the assets that we all talk about in our businesses. Now, the thing about land is they've stopped making it. It's a finite resource, you know, to quote Mark Twain. And that makes it rather important because, I've been to the previous bit, money you can just print, okay? And there's increasing pressure on land. Okay, the size of the population, the density of the population means that it's a pretty important asset all round.
That's GB, not the UK.
I'm sorry about that. Well, the European Union left out Wales a couple of years ago, so why shouldn't I leave out Ireland? But land provides us with so much, okay? This is one of Robin's pictures of somewhere nice, because all he does is go to nice places now. He doesn't do any real work.
Hello, it's me, it's my turn. There's some real conflicts about managing land. So we have to run businesses on land. We have to... What's this? Vibrant sustainable communities? What is that? Milton Keynes. And we also have to balance that against managing the natural environment. There are some solutions out there, apparently, in these countries. They work pretty well, apart from maybe the politicians giving public land to cronies, most of the development being slums, and wars breaking out over land. But apart from that, it works pretty damn well.
What about the metadata?
What? But there are some benefits. They do have national land policies. We don't have a national land policy in the UK. They do try and create sustainable development across the whole country. They do balance urban and rural. Unlike our country here, that seems to be a great divide. And they do generate significant efficiencies in the new institutional arrangements. If you had to design institutional arrangements for managing land, would you choose this? I think only the tax system is worse than this. Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Yeah, that's just England. Just an unbelievable number of agencies involved in the process of managing land. Even our civil, defence and crown estates are managed separately across the UK. Did you know that the civil estate is now managed by the shareholder executive? They have no clue, have they, about how to manage a civil estate? Yeah, none at all. We need to really rethink how we manage that. Even the devolved administration. Look what happens when you devolve power. Dress code goes out the window completely. Yeah. We sent out an example for you this year. Cameron Easton. He's the example of how bad it's got in Scotland with the dress code.
Right, so our proposal is basically we should establish a Department of Land and Marine Management for the whole country. The Comprehensive Spending Review is an ideal time to actually make this happen. What I haven't said in here is our very first policy would be to establish a czar for metadata. Just to what would be the advantages of doing this? Coherent land policy, bigger budget, more clout in government, economies of scale, less duplication, more efficient information management, and history suggests that if you combine departments, they actually are better at getting on with each other. So, you know, and what's the disadvantage is there aren't any. So what we've got to do now is we've got to go and we've got to campaign for this. So what I'm proposing is that we go off and we go on to Whitehall and we campaign for a Department of Land Management. And when do we want it? Now!